You don't have to be some famous person to make an impact in your community. This doesn't come with a price tag. You don't have to be wealthy to make an impact in your community. I'm just an everyday person. We didn't do anything big. I'm not on TV. I'm not playing in the NFL. We just playing our part here in our community, and that's it. And we ended up here. Anybody can do that. It's just a will to want to. I'm originally from Clarksville, Texas. This is in Northeast Texas. My mom and dad both were in the Army, and after my mom and dad split, then my mom moved to Northeast Texas, to Clarksville. I would have loved to have my father, in the picture. I would go to my Little League games, and my best friends would be there with the dad be coaching, on baseball team or whatever. The dad was the coaches. So I would have loved to have that. Everything is big in Texas, but football is bigger. Everybody out here loves football. I felt like I was gonna be a professional football player. At the time, I wanted to be Tony Dorsett. That was my mom's favorite football player. And I remember she bought me my first Tony Dorsett jersey. And I probably wore it every day to school. I just knew I was going to the NFL. Things changed like right after my senior year of high school. So I was pretty decent in football, but I didn't really have the stature I had the speed, but not the stature to back it up. Realizing I couldn't play, I still wanted to be close to the game. So that's when I started doing my research about Little League youth football programs in the city that would, accept volunteers. I found this one company out here called Spring Valley Athletic Association. They found out how passionate I was about coaching, and they allowed me to get my start. I wanted to start from the ground level and, eventually work my way up if coaching was gonna be my career. You see with a lot of these kids, they don't really have role models. A lot of them remind me of being in my situation, growing up with my parents. They don't have that male influence in their lives, to kind of help, direct their paths for them, make life a little bit easier. So coaching is obviously, it's important, it's super important. 'Cause everybody can't figure it out on their own. Life didn't come with a manual, so somebody might have more experiences that can help make things a little bit easier for you. I always work my jobs around football. I would always take the job somebody gave me if they were willing to work with my football schedule. I never took a job where they asked me to come in and work on Saturdays because I would have to give up coaching football, and I just refused to do that. At the time, I was driving trucks for Dr. Pepper, and then Amazon launched here in Dallas, and I had one of my friends that had just got on with one of the DSPs. Matter of fact, he had got on with Fusion. He was the one that introduced me to Fusion, and I put in an application, ended up getting hired, and it was just I'm just gonna give it a shot. I started off driving as a driver for Fusion. I drove for about 4 months, and I dispatched for a while. I loved it. I loved it. I went from being area operations manager to a director of operations. I wouldn't trade my position with nobody, and I embrace it. I'm happy. Well, JH3 Athletics is my nonprofit. We're a nonprofit youth sports program where we focus obviously on introducing kids to sports, to try to keep them out of the streets. I started that in, March of 2018. I realized you don't have to charge. We don't have to charge parents to play. I did. I saw it's other ways we could come up with the funds so that particularly the parents in the city world, where I coach at, that can't really afford it. $225 is a lot for a lot of families. Some places it's $300, $400 to play. A lot of these parents can't afford that. They can't afford it. So I just was if I got my own program, I wasn't gonna charge parents to play. I have a nephew. His name is Julian, and he's a special needs kid, but he loves sports. You know, he wants to be. You could tell he want to be out there. He want to be a part of what we're doing. So we've been working here with Amazon to try to create an arena where we could actually provide that for kids with special needs, where they'll be able to come out and be a part of a team, a flag team, obviously, non-contact, and they'll get a chance to play with kids. You can use your business to make an impact on other people's lives by thinking outside of the box. Now, being able to only outfit 100 kids, buying shoulder pads and helmets and uniforms for 100, now I can do that for 200 kids. The relationships we've been able to build, the people that have been able to, help, with the vision, it's priceless. Like, you don't just get that every day. Nobody should be left behind. Nobody gets left behind. Why leave them behind if you can do that? You don't have to.